everybody, I hope you're all keeping well and safe and managing to get outside. Well, today I'm going to show you how nutrients and water are transported around the body via the blood. Well, this process is called diffusion and osmosis. I've got some fun experiments for you to do to show you this process. I've got some jelly snakes and I've got some Skittles to start with. Now, I've soaked the jelly snakes in some water for a day or two, and I'm going to show you how the water's been absorbed into the jelly snake, and that's to show you how the body absorbs water, and we'll see how the jelly snakes have grown by absorbing the water. So if I measure the jelly snake, I'm measuring it and it is 9 centimetres long. If I measure the one I've had soaking in the water for a day or two, it's now 14 centimetres. So that's showing you how the body is absorbing the water, and then it goes through the blood to the cells. I've got some Skittles here, and this is going to show you nutrients from food. I've got a nice plate, my coloured plate. So I'm going to pour about 100 millilitres of water on, and if you arrange your Skittles in a nice pattern, you can do some artwork afterwards and it gives you a nice pattern. So if I pour the water on, we'll have a look in a moment what happens. What do you think is going to happen to the Skittles? Okay, if I leave that on for a minute or two, and we'll come back to that in a moment. Now, if you remember from year 4, the digestive system, your food goes through and it's absorbed into the intestines, and the nutrients are absorbed then through the cell walls, and it is goes into the bloodstream, and that process is called diffusion. Now, the water doesn't need to be broken down because that goes through the blood, and that's called osmosis. Now, I've had, so that's moving the snakes out of the way, I've had an egg here. I've had it soaking for a couple of days I started with some vinegar, which dissolves the shell, and then I've put it into some red food colouring. It takes a couple of days, and there is some information on about it for you. So, can you see with the egg how it's got much bigger, a bit like the jelly snake, and how the coloured water has absorbed and the egg is much bigger. Now, for osmosis to happen, it has to go through a semi-permeable membrane. Now, I've dissolved the shell, the hard shell off the egg, and now I'm hoping that if I crack it open with a bit of luck, it'll work. Now you see, this is just a raw egg. Oh, there it is. Now, can you see? Actually, can you see how the white is now red? This was red because that's a semi-permeable membrane. Can you see that? But the egg, the yolk, is impermeable, so it's still yellow, and the red dye hasn't crossed through because that's impermeable, but this is semi-permeable and it will absorb. Okay, so that's that. Now, if we go back to our Skittles, look at the beautiful pattern. Now, is that what you thought would happen? So this is showing you how the nutrients from our food is absorbing via diffusion into our body. Now, that would make a beautiful picture. If you were to do some artwork after it, you could do that. And the last little investigation I've got to show you is with some gelatine. I've just got some gelatine and I have set it. So I'm going to use my metal straw just to pop some holes through. You can do it in a nice pattern if you like. Now if I use some colour, some different coloured food colouring, what do you think is going to happen? How do you think the colour is going to be absorbed? Look, if I do nice different colours, hopefully you get a lovely pattern. Green's a bit different colours. I'll just use red. Okay. So if you just leave that, you can observe, and after a little while you can see what do you think is going to happen. Okay. Well, enjoy your fun experiments in the kitchen, and I look forward to seeing your lovely artwork and maybe a piece of writing about it. Okay everyone, bye bye.